Okay, just a few video clips. We're at 4351 Northern Dancer. Okay, water comes in at the northwest corner. Main shutoff valve is at the north side of the garage on the exterior wall. Okay, in the inspection report, you're going to see that this valve is not functional, does not turn all the way, so we're going to recommend that gets replaced. This guy here is the backflow preventer for the irrigation system. That is the rain sensor for the irrigation system right there on the soffit, that little device that tells the system if it's raining or recently rained, and it won't allow it to come on. This is the control panel. We ran the system and each zone was functional. The only thing we'll have in the report on the irrigation system is that it wets the exterior walls, which is important to control, so you'd want to adjust those. This electrical panel is a square D panel. It's located on the north side of the building. Okay, what that is 150 amp service. This is your service disconnect. Okay, this breaker, you turn it off, all the power in the house goes off. Other breakers that are here, one is for the irrigation, one is for the air condition. Okay, so that is the story on what we're doing so far. And as we continue to move along, this is the condenser unit for the HVAC system. This was manufactured in 2013. We were not able to find a permit for the installation of the air conditioning system. It was replaced sometime between 2013 and 2014. That sometimes is because the county doesn't list it if it's there, or it could be the contractor didn't pull it. There is a sticker on here. I would contact that company to see if you can locate that permit on the unit. The condensation line terminates here on the north side of the house. You can see it's free and clear, and it's dripping, and it's above ground, and it's not obstructed. The insulation for the suction line on the AC, that's this right here, is missing. You'd want to put that on to make sure that you maximize the amount of coolness in the system. Along the building, you're going to see some factors that we're going to recommend improving. Simple things, minor cracks in the stucco. The exterior walls should be repainted. Paint is chalking off at this time. That's never a good thing. You definitely want to be on top of that. There's a lot of erosion here along the foundation that is affecting the grade. That's because there are no gutters on the building. Okay, that's an important part of this inspection too, is to let you know areas to improve. As we walked around the building, all we did was basically locate everything and take a look at the surrounding areas. The grounds at the back, the grade slopes towards the house. Okay, that is one thing that we would recommend improving. The roof is a gable roof. Okay, and you can see structurally, doesn't seem to be any real significant issues with the building. Okay, other than exterior paint and typical cracks, this is what we're looking at. Okay, holes in the ground like this are usually made by wildlife, and typically you just refill them as they happen. It's not an uncommon occurrence. And coming around the other side of the building, you're going to see the walls are wet. That's from the sprinkler system. And you're going to see the same conditions that we talked about on the other side, the erosion, because there's no gutter system. And that's happened over a long period of time. So my recommendation would be to fill the eroded areas and to install gutters. That would probably be a priority to prevent structural conditions from becoming problematic and also preventing water penetration. Here at the front flower bed is the sewer clean out. Okay, the house is on a public sewer. That's where you would service the line if it ever became obstructed. Looking at the driveway, these cracks are typical. The same is true with the garage floor. We see them just about in every home. I opened up the electrical panels, both of them, and took a look at them. This panel looks nice and clean, no issues. Minor problems. One breaker needs to be replaced with an AFCI breaker. That's because it probably went bad and the homeowner didn't know and maybe put in the wrong breaker. When this house was constructed, bedrooms and devices in bedrooms had to be AFCI protected. And that's what this device is right here. That is an AFCI breaker. Okay, water heater is original. It's a Bradford White. Okay, it looks like it's in good condition, but the same thing is true with this valve as with the main valve outside. This one just does not turn all the way unless you try to force it, and if you do, you're going to break this handle. So I'm going to recommend replacing that. Coming in here, the air handler unit was replaced in 2013, just like the condenser unit. Okay, we opened it up, we looked at the coils. Okay, this thing seems to be in fair condition, probably can use a good cleaning, but other than that, right now at this point in time, it looks fine. I'm going to get some numbers on the cooling and the heating later. All right, you're looking at a two-car garage. Okay, very simple. And the walls that we talked about earlier, you see in your report where we have settlement. This settlement is still within tolerance, but it is an indication that you would want to control the exterior environment a little bit better. These cracks usually don't happen as often if you don't allow water to come and fall right at the perimeter of the foundation, and you can see where the cracks are. Okay, so that's your first video clip. Hopefully that explains a lot as you go through the report and you look at the video simultaneously.